Hello, everyone. This is Will with Hook and Push Gaming. And if you're seeing my face behind my background, it means we've got some Magic Arena news. Breaking news, only I think about an hour or so ago. Wizards updated their suspension list for Historic. So let's go over to that announcement now and talk about it. So, got an update, and the update is Winota. Winota, Joiner of Forces, is suspended. Effective about an hour ago. So they're not waiting about a week like they have been in the past. And they go into that here. So they said that they've been watching Winota closely, and that, yes, it is a popular and strong deck, but they wanted to see how it played out. And they were hoping that the banning of Agent of Treachery would nerf the deck. I thought it would. A lot of people thought it would. And I believe it largely has nerfed it in Standard. But Historic has some payoffs still that are very powerful, that make the deck very difficult to deal with, which I believe is why they talked about this. Yes, decks using Winota Joiner Forces currently represent too large a portion of the Historic metagame, and the quality of enablers and payoffs in the format means that this is unlikely to change without further action. Yeah, and that they're saying that the bans actually made the popularity of Winota worse and the win rate remaining problematically high. So it turns out Winota is problematic in itself. So they've decided that since Historic is a digital-only format, they will be updating their suspension lists and making the bans effective immediately rather than waiting a week with changes that are affected in the paper version of Magic. Yes, so they won't give you any wild cards because it's still playable in Standard and it's only suspended. I'm not sure what the fundamental difference is between banning and suspending, but them's the breaks. So that's the nature of this story. And it's banned immediately. So if you were to go on the Historic queue right now, no more Winota. And I'll say on a personal note, when I've been running the Historic queue, I'm not a big Historic person, at least I'm not yet. I've mainly been running Gruul aggro to a reasonable amount of success. I'm kind of stuck around Diamond 3 right now, but that's for a different video. And pretty frequently when I run into Winota, I lose. Because by turn 3, they can kind of get their thing going, and that's rough. So let's go over to Arena now to talk about some of the reasons why Winota is so problematic and why I think it's a good thing that they've suspended Winota in Historic. So here we are in Arena, and here is the culprit. It's also banned in I don't know if it's a banning or suspension in Brawl, but you can't play it in Brawl either. And while yes, it's true, Agent of Treachery is banned, so they can't just take your stuff on turn 3. The things they can do, Hackdos is a very scary card to come down attacking, especially when Winota makes it indestructible. And also Angrath's Marauders, which makes everything you do deal double damage, so they might be able to just win on damage alone with that attack if they have, enough tokens. If you hit a Hackdos, that's swinging for 12 damage, folks. If you have an Angrath's Marauders in play, that's kind of ridiculous. And you also have Lena Selfless Champion to just give you a buttload of soldier tokens, which aren't human soldier tokens. They're considered non-humans, which set off Winota. So that's a payoff for if on the off chance you survive the turn after that comes down, then things will really get real with Winota. And the most popular version of this deck you see in Historic is a Naya variant that features Fauna Shaman and usually other non-human ramp spells, Llanowar Elves, Paradise Druid, incubation druid, what have you. And it allows you, especially Fauna Shaman, allows you to tutor up Winota very quickly. And if you play a ramp spell turn 1, Winota's most likely going down on turn 3, and you have at least 1 or 2 triggers right then and there. And then if you also can get Legion War Boss, Omen of the Sun, anything that generates non-human tokens, jump into Hakdos, Lena, Angrath's Marauders, and you're pretty much dead. If they whiff, or if they hit a Charming Prince, which is usually in the deck, you generally survive that turn, but it's a very difficult deck to overcome. So I think them suspending Winota in Historic is the right call. Mainly because Standard doesn't have Lena and Angrath's Marauders. Really, probably the best payoff right now is Hakdos in Standard, and it's a fine card. 6 power that's indestructible and has protection from a lot of things is bad. That is a bad thing, but eventually, if you can survive that initial blow, it's pretty easy to get rid of both of these cards and just Ritual of Soot, Deafening Clarion, Shatter the Sky, Time Wipe. You know the board wipes that are in Standard. That's pretty easy to deal with those if you can survive that initial onslaught. So yeah, that's my take on what does that mean. It means no more Winota decks. I don't know what's going to take its place. I think this is still a very aggro-heavy format in Historic. The Gruul aggro deck that I've been running, I'll probably put up a video on it once I'm finished fine-tuning it. I don't think it's quite there yet, but when it wins very quickly. And the Tempered Steel artifact-themed decks, whether the mono white or the Azorius version, that deck is very strong also. I've seen some mono red. But yeah, right now, Historic is a very aggro-heavy format. The control decks don't seem to be able to keep up. So I think that's where the current meta of Historic is. At least where I'm at. Like I said, I'm low to mid diamond at the moment, and I'm working my way up. So might be different at higher diamond or mythic, but that's what I'm seeing. If you're seeing something else, please put it down in the comments. Maybe leave your rank if you're feeling brave. And let's go, and we're back here. So the TLDR on that is Winota has been suspended in Historic, and it's effective right now, unless you're somehow watching this video in the past. The Winota, if you go on the Historic queue, you will not see Winota. She is no longer welcome at the party. And yeah, so that's my video. That's the story of the news of the day. And if you liked what you saw here, if you want to see more of it, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below what you thought of the video, what you might like to see in the future, and share it with your friends. All those things would mean a lot to me and would really help build the channel and help you see more of this kind of content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all later.